Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos confers Oman Civil Order 3rd Class on a number of their excellencies presented by His Excellency the Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. The Council of Ministers stresses that all companies work in the Sultanate not to lay off Omani workers before consulting the concerned government bodies. Upon royal orders of His Majesty the Sultan, Oman Charitable Organization operates relief aid flights to the Yemeni Socotra Island affected by Cyclone Chapala. And, assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, Her Excellency the Minister of Education heads to Budapest to hand over the UNESCO Sultan Qaboos Prize for Environment Preservation 2015. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said today conferred Oman Civil Order 3rd Class on a number of their excellencies on the occasion of the Sultanate's celebrations of the glorious 45th National Day, an appreciation of His Majesty for their role in performing their national duty. Oman Civil Order 3rd Class, granted by His Majesty the Sultan, was presented by His Excellency Syed Khaled bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court, at his office today.
It was received by their excellencies Mohsin bin Khamis al-Belushi, advisor at the Ministry of Commerce and Industry; Engineer Khalfan bin Saleh al-Na'bi, advisor at the Ministry of Sports Affairs; Sheikh Saeed bin Mohammed al-Breiki, advisor at the Ministry of Interior; Hussein bin Ali al-Hilali, Attorney General; Engineer Ahmed bin Ali al-Amri, Technical Affairs Advisor at the Office of Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar; Abdullah bin Aqil bin Ahmed Ibrahim, Advisor at the Office of the Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar; Majid bin Abdullah al-Alawi, Chairman of the Administrative Court; Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed al-Futaisi, Advisor at the Sultan Qaboos University; Mohammed Jawad bin Hassan bin Sulaiman, Advisor at the Ministry of Finance; Sheikh Abdul Khaliq bin Amr al-Rawas, Advisor at the Office of the Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar; Hussein bin Ali bin Abdul Latif, Advisor at the Diwan of Royal Court; Saif bin Nasser al-Rahbi, Advisor at Oman Establishment for Press, Publication and Advertising; Khalifa bin Salim al-Badi, Advisor at the Office of His Majesty the Sultan's Representative; Sheikh Mahmoud bin Zahir al-Hinai, Advisor at the Ministry of Heritage and Culture for Technical Affairs; Sheikh Ahmed bin Abdullah al-Falahi, Advisor at the Ministry of Education; Saif bin Ahmed al-Sawafi, Advisor at the Office of His Majesty the Sultan's Representative; Dr. Saeed bin Khamis al-Ka'bi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Consumer Protection; Engineer Hamoud bin Mohammed al-Mahrouqi, Head of Royal Installations at the Royal Court Affairs; Dr. Ali bin Talib al-Hinai, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Planning Affairs; Dr. Darwish bin Saif al-Muharbi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Administrative and Financial Affairs; Sayyid Khalifa bin al-Murdas al-Busaidi, Governor of Musandam; Sayyid Hilal bin Musallam al-Busaidi, Advisor at the Office of Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries; Abdullah bin Salim al-Mukhaini, Secretary of the Real Estate Register at the Ministry of Housing; Dr. Hamad bin Salim al-Rawahi, Chief Executive Officer of the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority; Sayyid Mohammed bin Ahmed al-Busaidi, Local Affairs Advisor at the Ministry of Interior; ميثاء بن سيف المحروقية Under Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism. Nasser bin Sulaiman As-Sebani, Deputy Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. Sheikh Ali bin Nasser Al-Mahrouqi, Secretary General of Majlis Al-Shura. Abdullah bin Khalfan Al-Balushi, Head of the Special Office of Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers. Sayyid Ibrahim bin Saeed Al-Busaidi, Governor of Al-Buraimi. Dr. Khalifa bin Hamad Al-Saadi, Governor of Al-Dakhiliya. Sheikh Muhanna bin Saif Al-Lamki, Governor of North Al-Batana. Sheikh Hilal bin Saeed Al-Hajri, Governor of South Al-Batana. Sheikh Abdullah bin Mustahil bin Salim Shmas, Governor of South Al-Sharqiyya. Sheikh Saif bin Himyar Al-Shahi, Governor of Al-Zahira. Sheikh Mu'adid bin Muhammad Al-Yaqubi, Governor of Al-Wusta. Ali bin Khalfan Al-Jabri, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Information. Isa bin Hamad Al-Azri, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Justice. Sayyid Sulaiman bin Hamoud Al-Busaidi, Deputy Secretary General of the Council of Ministers. Dr. Isam bin Ali Al-Rawas, Deputy to the Chairperson of the Public Authority for Craft Industries. Dr. Hamoud bin Khalfan Al-Harthi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Education for Education and Curricula. Abdullah bin Salim Al-Salmi, Chief Executive Officer of the Capital Market Authority. Khalid bin Hilal Al-Busaidi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Interior. Saif bin Amr Al-Shaqsi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Housing. Dr. Ibrahim bin Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chief Executive Officer of Oman Establishment for Press, Publication and Advertising. Sheikh Saeed bin Hilal Al-Khalili, Head of Planning and Human Resources Affairs at the Royal Court Affairs. Abbas bin Abdullah Al-Bahrani, Head of Financial Affairs at the Royal Court Affairs. Engineer Salim bin Nasser Al-Aufi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Oil and Gas. Dr. Ali bin Qasim Al-Lawati, Studies and Research Advisor at Diwan of Royal Court. Dr. Khalid bin Muhammad Al-Azri, Advisor at the Ministry of Higher Education. Abdus Salam bin Muhammad Al-Murshidi, Chief Executive Officer of State General Reserve Fund. Sayyid Dr. Sultan bin Yarub Al-Busaidi, Health Affairs Advisor at the Ministry of Health. Talal bin Sulaiman Al-Rahbi, Deputy Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Planning. Najib bin Ali Al-Rawas, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs. Dr. Ahmed bin Nasser al-Bakri, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Sheikh Ahmed bin Mohammed al-Nadabi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Civil Service for Civil Service Affairs. Dr. Khalifa bin Abdullah al-Barwani, Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Statistics and Information. Dr. Mohammed bin Nasser al-Zaabi, Chief Executive Officer of the Public Authority for Civil Aviation. Dr. Saeed bin Hamad al-Rubai, Secretary General of the Education Council. Engineer Hilal bin Mohammed al-Busaidi, Chief Executive Officer of the Public Authority of Mining. Said Faisal bin Hamoud al-Busaidi, Advisor at the Ministry of Heritage and Culture. Hassan bin Mohammed al-Lawati, Advisor of the Minister of Heritage and Culture for Heritage Affairs. Dr. Hilal bin Ali al-Sabti, Chief Executive Officer of Oman Medical Specialty Board.
The Council of Ministers reviewed in its today's session what a number of companies working in the Sultanate did by laying off some Omani workers under the pretext that financial and economic conditions forced them to take up this procedure. In this regard, the Council of Ministers stressed that all companies work in various sectors not to take such steps before consulting with the concerned government bodies in order to find the best ways to retain the national manpower. His Highness Said Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, and by the generous royal orders of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, pointed out that the Sultanate's government is taking utmost care to preserve the well-being of the citizens. The government, while exerting their efforts to preserve the rights of others without any compromise and highlighting the importance of this topic, the Council of Ministers formed a ministerial committee to evaluate this aspect and study all its dimensions. Upon royal orders of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Oman Charitable Organization operated relief flights of the Royal Air Force of Oman to residents of Socotra Island of the Yemeni Republic after being affected by the adverse weather conditions of Chapala cyclone. The 8 flights took off this morning, carried foodstuff and basic human needs. Operating these flights comes within the framework of the human aid provided by the Sultanate to friendly countries in order to address emergencies. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bin Ahmed Al Shibania, Minister of Education, Chairperson of Oman National Commission for Education, Culture and Science, and her accompanying delegation left the Sultanate today, heading to the Hungarian capital Budapest to hand over the UNESCO Sultan Qaboos Prize for Environmental Preservation 2015, as the research group for wetlands in Buenos Aires University in Argentina won the prize. The ceremony will be held within the activities of World Science Forum 2015. Her Excellency will also take part in the 38th UNESCO's General Conference due to be held in Paris during November 3rd to 18th, as she will deliver the Sultanate's speech. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received a cable of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Soba Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Soba, Emir of the State of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's cable of condolences on the death of Sheikh Najad Ibrahim Hamoud Al Jara Al Soba. His Majesty the Sultan has received a cable of thanks from His Excellency President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey in reply to His Majesty's cable of condolences on the victims of the twin explosions that took place outside the main train station in the Turkish capital, Ankara. The Islamic Organization for Education, Culture and Science presented to His Majesty the Sultan the Golden Shield on the occasion of selecting Niswa, the capital of Islamic culture 2015. This came during the opening of the Niswa Cultural Center. The ceremony was presided over by His Highness Syed Haytham bin Tariq Al Said, Minister of Heritage and Culture. The center seeks to develop the cultural, scientific, literature and artistic fields. It is considered a foundation to be followed by other centers that will be established in the governorates of the Sultanate. The participating delegations in the ceremony got acquainted with the civilization of the Wilaya and its history by visiting Niswa Fort, as well as previewing a program on the features of the Wilaya. The Royal Navy of Oman, RNO, held a celebration today to mark its annual day, which corresponds to November the 3rd every year. The ceremony was held at the military parade ground in Zayed bin Sultan Naval Base under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Legal Affairs. At the beginning, a military salute was given to the chief guest, followed by the RNO music band, played which the royal anthem. The chief guest then inspected the front row of the graduates and granted long service and good conduct medals to a number of RNO personnel. The graduates took the oath of allegiance and chanted thrice the life of His Majesty the Sultan, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Then the graduates marched in front of the dais, taking permission from the chief guest to leave the event, marking the end of the ceremony. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Numani, Minister of the Royal Office, received in his office today Dr. Arvind Gupta, Indian Deputy National Security Advisor, within the framework of his current visit to the Sultanate. They exchanged cordial talks and discussed a number of topics of concern for both of the two friendly countries. The meeting also reviewed the march of good bilateral relations binding the Sultanate and India to serve the joint interests, besides touching on a number of issues common concern. The meeting was attended by the Indian ambassador to the Sultanate. His Excellency Mohammed bin Nasser Al Rasbi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, received Arvind Gupta, the Deputy National Security Advisor, in India and his accompanying delegation currently visiting the Sultanate. The meeting exchanged viewpoints in a number of fields of common concern. Still to come in our news bulletin, the Public Authority for Social Insurance captures one award and 4 certificates of merit. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Child Index workshop was held in the Governorate of Muscat. It was organized by the Research Council in cooperation with UNICEF organization, and it witnessed a participation from a group of social affairs researchers from local and global institutions. It aimed to study the changes in the social field as well as child index in the Omani society in order to put up a database for future policies and strategies. It discussed 3 main topics related to youth values, work, as well as family matters and issues. The Omani Photography Society held an exhibition on its premises in Sohar under the auspices of His Highness Syed Nader bin Mohammed bin Abbas Al Said. It included 45 photos by Omani photographers that shed light on various features of the Omani Renaissance and the development witnessed by the country during the last 45 years. The Sultanate, represented by the Ministry of Tourism, continued its participation in the activities of the International Travel Market Exhibition in its 36th round in London. The exhibition, which is one of the biggest international events in tourism and travel sector, witnessed a participation of 186 countries, 5,000 institutions and 26 companies, all interested in this sector from the Sultanate. The participation coincided with the country's celebrations of the 45th National Day. The Public Authority for Social Insurance captures 1 award and 4 certificates of merit during the ceremony that was held on the sidelines of the Regional Forum for Social Security for Asia and the Pacific. While the award and the special commendations are related to the draft policies and procedures, the certificates of merit are related to the business continuity plan, the strategic planning, the investment risk management, and the standard communication solutions. Child rights seminar discussed in the Wilaya of Barca the importance of activating the Omani child law articles through various institutions. It included 3 topics focused on child rights and children's protection committees, which were approved in the Ministry of Social Development. The seminar also contained a number of work papers and a film about children and their rights in the Sultanate. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main topics once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos confers Oman Civil Order 3rd Class on a number of their excellencies presented by His Excellency, the Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. The Council of Ministers stresses that all companies work in the Sultanate not to lay off Omani workers before consulting the concerned government bodies. Upon royal orders of His Majesty the Sultan, the Oman Charitable Organization operates relief aid flights to the Yemeni Socotra Island affected by Cyclone Chapala. And assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, Her Excellency the Minister of Education heads to Budapest to hand over the UNESCO Sultan Qaboos Prize for Environmental Preservation 2015. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.